To what extent should trade union power be limited? The 20th century is a time when we see twice that the government has a battle with the trade union movement over this matter. And this is part of the AQA Power and the People unit, and it's the topic on 20th century trade union movement. In 1926, there was a general strike in defence of the miners who had experienced a reduction in wages and an increase in hours. This was the result of the end of World War I. European coal mining was now coming on stream again, and British coal mines were no longer competitive. For a year, the government had bought time by putting in a compromise solution, and during that year, the government prepared for what they thought would be a general strike. And they were correct. The trade union movement called out other trade unions to support the miners, and for about 11 days there was a general strike. However, the government had carefully made sure that there was volunteers available to provide services, and though millions of people supported the general strike was in the end a failure. And the reason for the failure is probably because most trade unionists did not want to overthrow the government. However, I'm sure there were some in the trade union movement who saw this as an opportunity for a revolution of some form. And that's always been at the back of people's minds. Was the trade union movement in the 20th century had visions for overthrowing the governments of the day? And this certainly came up in 1984 with the miners' strike with Arthur Scargill. Again, you had a situation where the government of the day wanted to assert its authority and had made provision for a strike that they expected to happen. Arthur Scargill went on strike because, or the miners under Arthur Scargill's leadership went on strike because there was a proposal to close quite a number of the deep mines in Britain. Now, this was quite a reasonable proposal in the sense that these mines were no longer financially viable. Open cast mining was much more profitable and much cheaper. And for Arthur Scargill, he met his match in Margaret Thatcher, who again prepared for this, had stockpiles of coal diversified into gas, and crucially, the Nottinghamshire miners did not support Arthur Scargill. As a result, this strike was a failure again. In these, we see the importance of seeing that there's a limit to what trade union power can and cannot achieve. And ultimately, the government is given the job of ruling and governing. Thank you for listening.